Hello, Darren Chang here again to show you around a crossover day pack. And this crossover day pack is the Timbuk2 Uptown TSA-Friendly. I'm not exactly sure what size this pack is. I would guess that it's between 28 and 30 liters, but I'm not able to find any of the stats or specs on this on Timbuk2's website. So just guessing in terms of how well it holds my stuff that it's a little bit bigger than a 28 liter. Okay, so let me show you around, and we're going to start right here in the front. So on the very front, we have a zippered slash pocket, and it's just an open space here. The pocket itself is the entire perimeter right here, as you can see. Zips right up there. Just behind this is the organizer panel, or one of the many organizer panels, actually. This is the sort of more typical organizer panel where you have slots for, you can put cell phones here, credit cards. There are 3 slots for pens or a stylus. There's also a zippered area, which is a large square pocket. And then you can also just toss stuff right into the middle part, the bottom area of this pocket. Since it doesn't zip all the way down to the very edge, it'll actually hold stuff in there. It won't fall out if you just go ahead and toss things into that organizer panel. I do really like having organizer panels that are on the outside where you don't have to dig into the main compartment. So this is a great location here. Just behind the organizer panel, we have the main compartment of the bag. And this is a huge compartment here, easily fitting a lot of stuff. And you'll also notice, very importantly here, that there is yet another organizer panel here. So this is a mesh zippered pocket, so you can see what's in there without having to fish around. And then just below that, there are 2 slots here where you could easily put, say, a pair of headphones if you want to sort of fold them flat, and you could stick the cans on either side of this, or any other sort of storage that you might have. Otherwise, it's a pretty big open space here. You'll notice here on the very top of the bag, there is a pocket. And this pocket is perfect for your sunglasses because it's fleece lined and it's right on the top, so it's going to be pretty nicely protected. So this is ideal for somebody like me who wears prescription glasses, and I wear prescription sunglasses as well, so being able to swap out my sunglasses and my regular glasses is key. And then, actually, I made a mistake there. What I said was the main compartment was actually not the main compartment, because I'm about to go in to the actual main compartment. So this thing has great versatility. And this is where we have a big open space here. There's no divided pockets in here, nothing in here that you would be able to organize things any more than just sort of stuffing all your jackets and your lunch and your camera, whatever you want, into this big space here. Okay, so again, I did make an error there. I thought that this was the laptop compartment, but in fact, it is the main compartment. This is simply another organizer panel. Okay, so it's a little bit, it's a divided area there that's separate from the main compartment. Nice. All right, so let's continue to go right on through to the back. And you can see here that the back is going to have your typical suspension system for Timbuk2, which is fully adjustable shoulder straps with an adjustable sternum strap as well. And there are areas where you can hook your keys or put on a pouch for perhaps you want to put your iPhone in a separate pouch here on the shoulder strap, so you can do that relatively easily. And then Timbuk2 loves doing this, having a bottle opener on the outside here for, opening up your craft brew. And then just behind the straps, you can see that we have padding on either side here. It's covered in mesh so that it will allow for good circulation. You won't get too much perspiration built up here. And then there's a center channel here, not only for circulation, but also it's just sort of for back relief. It fits, your spine is going to go right down along this column, so it just feels more comfortable on your back when you're carrying a load. Now what's interesting about this, and what's important for you to see here, is that just behind this back panel is the laptop compartment. So let me go ahead and unzip this, and this is what makes it TSA friendly, because if you unzip this thing all the way, the entire back panel opens up like this. And on this side, you can put in a 15-inch laptop, slide it right in there, Velcro hold it in place here, so you can put this through the TSA machines, through the x-ray machines, without having to take out your laptop and put it into one of those plastic bins. And then also on this side, you'll see that there's a slot for an iPad. In fact, you could fit an iPad Pro on this side, so it's a good size. Or if you don't have an iPad, you can put your file folders, a magazine, who knows what you want in there. This is really handy to have. In fact, I think this is sort of now an essential thing to be able to have a TSA-friendly laptop compartment that's separate from the main compartment. The other thing that's kind of cool about this is because it has a zipper there are two zippers that go down and around throughout the entirety of this panel, you can actually choose to get access to your laptop by simply unzipping this side compartment and then reaching in and sliding your laptop out through the side. I think that's very convenient because that means you don't have to always open up the entire bag just like I did moments ago. So I typically like to just keep the two zipper pulls on this side so that I can just go like this, grab my laptop, put it back in, zip it right back up like that. Okay, so let's take a look at the sides of the pack. You'll see that the side that I have facing you has a handle so that you can carry this in briefcase style. Now, it's not exactly the nicest, cushiest handle. It's just a piece of webbing. But certainly, if you're in a hurry and you need to carry this quickly from, say, across through the jetway or whatever, you can easily do that. And then on the other side, you can see here that we have a combination mesh and fabric pocket. It's pretty good size. I could imagine that even though it's shallow, it could probably fit a full-size Nalgene in here. I do wish it was a little bit deeper, but I guess you can't have everything. Now, the one thing I will point out to you now, and we won't know until I pack this whether or not this is an issue, Timbuk2 does like to do this, where they have actually a slope, a cut angle. You notice here that the front of the pack is a little bit higher than the laptop end of the pack. And what that means is if you're putting this bag down on its bottom like that, because of that slope, it's going to tilt a little bit towards this direction. That's not such a great thing because if it's weighted in such a way, it could actually cause your pack to fall over like so. I kind of wish Timbuk2 would just be smart about it and create a design so that it's flat, and when you fill it, it'll be able to stand up on its own. We'll see though if that is an issue when I go to fill it, which is what I'm going to do right now. So this is quite a bit of stuff, and granted I do put a lot of stuff in my backpack on a daily basis, so this may be more or maybe it's less than what you typically carry, but just so you can get a sense of what I typically expect to put into a 28-liter bag. Here's the Timbuk2. Let's see how well it holds my stuff. Okay, so there you have it. One thing I do want to point out to you is that despite the fact that the Timbuk2 does have a sloped bottom to it, you can see that it sort of stands up on its own. It does pitch at about, a 75-degree angle, but it's not too bad. It's not going to fall over on me. It'd be interesting to know if this is still going to be stable if I took out my laptop and my iPad in the back area. But one way or the other, it is a little bit more stable than I did expect it to be, so I'm happy for that. So it does a great job of holding up all my stuff. And frankly, there were a lot of different options I could have used. There were so many different, there's a lot more room than I actually needed. So it made it a lot easier for me to pack, and as a result, it makes it a lot easier for me to be able to find stuff as well. So great job, great size, lots of organization, lots of different areas where I can put stuff. So let's go ahead now, and I'm going to try this on, and we'll see how comfortable it is to actually wear. Okay, so let's see how this fully loaded pack fits, how well it carries the load. Oops, a little bit too tight there. Let me just loosen up the straps a little bit. Okay, swing this on. This is a pretty heavy pack right now, the way I've loaded it up. There's a good 20 to 25 pounds worth of gear. Okay, and in typical Timbuk2 fashion, it does feel pretty solid on me. And if I attach the sternum strap, it stabilizes it that much more even. The sternum strap doesn't have a lot of room for adjustment here, and I'm not a particularly broad person, so the fact that it's sort of at its limit right now is a little bit strange. Now, of course, I could adjust it a little bit more, perhaps, but frankly, it's sitting where I would typically want to have my backpack sit. So it feels pretty comfortable. It's got good padding here at the back. I can already feel that it's standing enough away from my back that there's enough circulation there. It would be comfortable even on hot days. And it certainly doesn't feel like there are any pinches or anything that's digging into my shoulders or my rib cage. So nice job, good and comfortable here. In terms of how easy it is to take off and on, not a problem. I like the fact that it has a handle up here. It also has a handle down here, so I can carry it in briefcase mode if I want to. All right, so that's kind of convenient. So altogether, this is a great pack. I really like it. I just wish maybe if it was a little bit more flat on the bottom, would be that much better. But otherwise, this is really a superbly designed pack. It works really well, and I could imagine I'm going to use this quite a bit.